Hey, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Mid-Level Media channel, your hub for everything physical media and entertainment. I am Ken, and today, guys, I wanted to cover some overseas releases. I don't feel like I cover enough non-domestic stuff on this channel. And when I do the monthly previews, like I just did the one for June, I almost always forget about the stuff that's overseas, like the UK releases, like the second sites and the Arrow Video UK releases, and the Australian releases like Umbrella and Imprint, and even some German releases. Like Germany's getting some really cool stuff that's coming out. And I forget to talk about that kind of stuff. And a lot of that stuff is available to pre-order here in the States. You can get on Orbit, you can get on Diabolic to pre-order some of this stuff. So I wanted to kind of highlight some stuff that's coming out in the month of June, and maybe I'll start doing this every month. Like I'll do my regular monthly preview, like what I'm looking forward to, my top 10 releases, and then I'll do a separate one, maybe like top five overseas releases that I'm looking forward to or something like that, just to kind of separate them. But I thought I'd highlight some stuff because there's some really good stuff coming out in June from Second Sight and Arrow and Umbrella. It's crazy the amount of and I know you guys have definitely been calling for that as well. You're like, Ken, you're always so stuck in the US, get out there and check out some other stuff. Well, I'm doing it today, okay? But look, before we get into it though, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. We talk about physical media on this channel, and I'll do this more like I do. I'm just on StreamYard right now, just kind of recording this, going through all these, just because it's easy for me to do right now. But I'll work on a more like physical media report style thing, like I do with the most anticipated. Next time I'll make it a little bit more edited. So I apologize for this format right now, but it's all I got time to do. So let's see what we got here. Let me make this a little bit bigger and I'll go up top. But the first thing that we're going to talk about is the Changeling 4K from Second Sight. This came out on June the 5th. It's already out, and by the time I put this out, like I will have already unboxed and talked about this. So go check out that review video if you haven't already. I'll try to link that somewhere right here. But this is an incredible looking release. Again, I'll give my full thoughts on it. I've already shot the video, so but yeah, really cool release from Second Sight. This is what I believe to be, because Severin did a 4K. I believe this is a new 4K scan by Second Sight. It says right here, native 4K. There's a couple of new features on this thing as well. So cool release from Second Sight. They always do quality in terms of packaging and all that stuff. And you can get this for 40, 80 pounds right now in the UK, which I'm pretty sure is equivalent to about $47 US. I got this from Diabolic, and I'm pretty sure it's still available to pre-order on there for about $45. And I think with shipping, I ended up paying like $50 to get this release. But it's like the packaging wise, guys, like it's well worth that money. So that's the Changeling. Let's jump into the next one, and we're going to talk about Arrow Video. So I've got the Arrow Video June releases right here. Let me click on right there. But we have the Lighthouse 4K coming out this month, and this comes out on June the 12th. This is going to be 29.99 pounds, or about 35-36 US. This is also available to pre-order on Diabolic right now. It's available, I'm pretty sure, on Orbit and probably Grindhouse as well. And one of these days, I'm going to do like a full tour of those websites, just like specific videos for each one of those, because I've just been getting into those websites myself. So it would be a cool thing to kind of get me like accustomed to the format of those websites, and kind of introduce you to them as well if you're not already familiar with those websites. They're good websites though to do import stuff and not have to pay an arm and a leg for overseas shipping costs. They do it for you, and they don't make you pay the additional costs. In a lot of cases, they're a little bit cheaper than ordering from the websites like Second Sight and Arrow Video. But this is the Lighthouse 4K. Now, the Lighthouse already has a 4K. A24 released a 4K of the Lighthouse, and I did not pick that up because I just don't like the packaging on the A24 stuff. I know some people are big fans of the A24 packaging and what they do over there. I'm sure they do great work. I've got one in my collection. It's Lamb, and that's the only thing that I have. I haven't picked up any of their other releases, but for my money, like this release from Arrow Video, big box set release of the Lighthouse, like this looks so much better than that A24 version And I love the cover on this. You got Willem Dafoe with the lights coming out of his eyes and the lighthouse. I think this cover looks amazing. So I will absolutely be getting this at some point for sure. And then I'll click back real quick because going back here, I'm going to get into the special features. I'm pretty sure there's exclusive special features to the A24 release, or not the Arrow release that the A24 release does not have. So yeah, this has Dolby Vision, HDR presentation. There's a brand new audio commentary by authors Guy Adams and Alexandra Benedict. Audio commentary by co-writer director Robert Eggers, and I'm pretty sure was already present on the release. Art of Darkness, Making the Lighthouse, a brand new in-depth documentary on the film, its production themes and influences, featuring new interviews with co-writer director Robert Eggers, director of photography Jaron Blacksheep, production designer Craig Lathrop, costume designer Linda Moore, and authors Guy Adams and Alexandra Benedict. So this has a brand new in-depth documentary, and I'm pretty sure because it's saying brand new that the A24 release does not have that. So this thing's got special features that the A24 release doesn't have. I like the packaging on it way better. So for me, like this is a no-brainer to get instead of the A24 release. But it is an overseas release, UK only release that you can get off of Diabolic and Grindhouse and Orbit and all them places right now. Lighthouse, a dark and stormy tale, 3-part documentary on the making of the film. Brand new visual essay on the film and its folklore influences. So yeah, you got all kinds of stuff. Limited edition, 60-page, perfect bound book featuring new writing on the film by Simon Abrams. Like there's just all kinds of great stuff in this, guys. Like this is, to me, it's a no-brainer. You got to get this one. And there's also going to be a 1080p version, Blu-ray version as well. So you can get the regular Blu-ray pack if you don't want to get the 4K, and it's a little bit cheaper. It'll probably 99 pounds. It'll probably cost you about $30 US. So, all right, that's the Lighthouse. Let's jump into this HMV, and I'm not too familiar with HMV. I'm pretty sure it's a physical media outlet over in the UK, but they do exclusives, and this is an HMV exclusive for John Wick Chapter 4. And I don't know exactly what this is. I imagine it's some kind of like digibox or big box set like release with maybe a steelbook inside or something. But it's cool artwork for sure. And if you're a John Wick collector, like they did 8 releases in the US, and this is another one that they're doing overseas. But it looks pretty damn nice though. I got to give them that. And again, you got to get on the HMV website. I'm not sure how it works if you're over here in the US ordering from HMV. I don't think that they ship to US, to be perfectly honest. I don't know if Orbit or anybody else will get their hands on this or not. This might just be for my people watching in the UK. Like if you don't know about this, exclusive, you can get it from HMV right now. The John Wick Chapter 4. This comes out on June the 12th, or it came out on June the 12th. Sorry, guys. And let's get into this one. I'm curious about this one. This is the Human Centipede Steelbook. They just announced this thing, and it's already coming out. It came out June the 12th. And I don't exactly know what this is. Like, it says the Human Centipede, the complete sequence. I'm assuming that it's the 3 movies. I'm assuming that it's Human Centipede 1, 2, and 3. Then you got the movie Centipede. Then you got the Tom 6 edition. And then it says at the bottom, warning, these films may suppress appetite, cause uncontrollable anxiety attacks, premature ejaculation, and most common constipation. Okay. So I've only seen parts of the first one. To be honest, like this is not my jam. Uh, this is not my jam at all. I watched like 45 minutes. I can handle a lot when it comes to movies, but I watched the first 45 minutes of the Human Centipede. I'm like, what the hell am I doing watching this? Like, this is just the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. And I've never seen any of the other ones. So I'm pretty sure, though, trying to go down here and see if there's any other information on this. But it says right here, 3 movies, 4 cuts. So yeah, I don't know exactly what I'm assuming it's the 3 movies because there are 3 movies in this franchise. And this is coming out from Monster Pictures. And I don't know what the movie Centipede is. I don't know if that's like a new cut of the Human Centipede or what, but this thing is 31.76 if you're interested in the Human Centipede movies. All right, let's move on. We got some stuff from 88 Films coming out in the UK only. I'm pretty sure these are up for pre-order on Grindhouse and Orbit and Diabolic, but we have Burial Ground on 4K, which looks like a cool zombie movie. And then jumping over here, we got Zombie Holocaust, which it's in the title, Zombie. So this is also a zombie movie, a new 4K release from 88 Films, and both of these are going for 24.99 pounds, which is about $30 in the US. And let's jump into this one real quick. This is from Powerhouse Films and Indicator. This is Cold Eyes of Fear, and yeah, looks like a cool movie. This is from 1971. This is a 4K of this movie as well. And I'm not super familiar with Indicator. They've definitely done some cool stuff I've been interested in. So I don't know like how long they've been in 4K or how good of a job they do on 4K, but I mean 24.99, which again equates to about $30 in the US. Like that's not too bad at all. And they, from what I've seen of their box sets, like they do some really quality work. So, yeah, the Cold Eyes of Fear, cool classic horror film. It looks like coming out on 4K. And jumping into the German stuff, guys, we have Opera, Dario Argento's Opera coming out on 4K from Playon. I'm probably saying that wrong, but this is a Digipack 4K release that looks pretty damn incredible. Um, and yeah, I haven't really bought too much from Germany, but like I've gotten some stuff from Germany from some subscribers, and all their stuff I've gotten, like I've gotten some old like digipacks of Blu-rays and DVDs, like it's all very quality. So I don't know when we're gonna get Opera in the US on 4K. Like I don't know if Arrow Video can put that out or Severin or possibly, Synapse maybe at some point. But this is one that I know a lot of fans are calling for in the US because this is pretty much like the last big Dario Argento movie that hasn't been put out on 4K in the US, but it is coming out on 4K overseas in Germany, and this is coming out on June the 1st. So this is already out by the time I put this up. So it says you can buy on eBay. So I'm not exactly sure like what the cost of this is. Let's see if I can find any other information on this. And that's no, they haven't really updated anything on this, but I don't know exactly where this is, if you can get this off of Diabolic or not, or Grindhouse, but it is available now to somehow get. So look it up, Dario Argento's Opera on 4K, which is a German release. All right, let's jump into this. This looks like a pretty cool release. I remember playing the Limbo game on Xbox back in the day, but this is not like an adaptation of that or anything. You got Limbo, the movie, right here on 4K. But this cover art is like insane, like so freaking awesome. But that's coming out on 4K. I'm pretty sure it's let's see, rookie policeman Will Wren and his partner, the veteran cop Cham Lau, are pursuing an obsessive and especially brutal murderer of women. And this is directed by So Chang, writer Ken Yu Ah. So yeah, not exactly too familiar with this one. This is coming out from Cape Light Pictures though, and it is a limited collector's edition media book, but looks like a cool release. We also got this, and I'm sure a lot of people are upset that we're not getting this in the US, but House 1 through 4 is coming out on 4K from NSM Records. And this looks like an incredible box set right here. And you got that hand, decomposed hand, putting the key in there, the iconic image of this, and that looks incredible, guys. That looks incredible. This is a 4K box set, and I think it's got media books in it because it says media book right in there. I think inside that box set is a bunch of media books of the House movies. So definitely really cool stuff, guys. If you're a House fan, I definitely used to love the House movies when I was a kid. But I imagine like I don't know, Arrow Video, I feel like has to do that at some point. They did all the House movies on Blu-ray. Feels like they were doing them on 4K as well. All right, let's get into this last one in the German release of Shivers, which is a David Cronenberg movie, and this is coming out on 4K. It's not out on 4K in the US. This is coming out on 4K. Getting a digibook from NSM Records, and this is going for $39.99 right now. I don't know the conversion rates of Germany. I'm not as familiar with that, But I mean, damn, look at this artwork. That's some pretty, I don't know if it's gonna get me kicked off of YouTube or not, but that's some pretty damn cool artwork right there for Shivers. And I've seen Shivers. I got that Vestron release. I didn't love it, but it's okay. But coming out on 4K for the first time over in Germany is Shivers. And lastly, let's get into the Australian releases. We have Viavision Entertainment releasing Wolf Creek on Blu-ray. So this looks like a really cool release. And I don't think this has a Blu-ray in the US, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, really cool set right here of Wolf Creek. And this is a limited edition 2-disc set with 6 photo cards. And this comes out on June the 7th, or it's already come out on June the 7th. So, really cool release from Viavision Entertainment for sure. And let's jump into some of the Umbrella releases. We got A Tale of Two Sisters Blu ray, which looks like a really nice set right here from Umbrella. And all this stuff is usually like the Umbrella stuff, the Imprint stuff. Viavision is usually available on Diabolic and Grindhouse and Orbit. Usually has all this stuff, guys. But yeah, looks like a cool set. I'm not too familiar with this movie, but if you are, get excited. We also got the other Umbrella title right here. We got Houseboat Horror. Sorry, guys. Which looks like this is like an incredible box set right here. And I have some new Umbrella stuff I just got in. It's not this stuff, but I'll be unboxing and talking about it soon. But this looks like an incredible box set. Again, I'm not too familiar with Houseboat Horror, but damn, this looks pretty damn cool. Pretty damn cool. Umbrella does some top tier work, guys. I did a whole video unboxing some of their stuff, and they just kill it over there in Australia with Umbrella. All right, let's talk about this because this one's interesting. The Rob Zombie's Halloween 1 and 2 Ultimate Edition Blu-ray. And this includes a theatrical and unrated director's cuts. I imagine of both movies. This is a 4-disc set right here. So if you are a fan of the Rob Zombie Halloween films, this is the ultimate set for you to get. And Viavision is also putting this one out. And let's see if I can go down here and see if I got any information on this. I don't think this has like anything too new inside. Let's see. I think it's pretty limited though. I don't know how many copies of this are still available to purchase, but definitely jump on Orbit or Grindhouse, and I'll link all those websites down below, guys, to make it a little bit easier on you and look it up and see if they got any left. But I think it was pretty limited. So, but I did announce this, I think, on the Physical Media Report when it was first announced. And lastly, we'll get into all of the Imprints releases that are coming out, which Imprint is, I believe, under the Viavision umbrella. It's kind of like a sub-label of Viavision. But they put out some amazing releases. I don't actually have any in my collection. I've never collected for Imprint, but all these titles are coming out on June the 28th, and they just always put out some really cool movies, really cool looking movies with incredible packaging. And I don't believe they've gotten into 4K yet, though. But they are putting out The Bounty, which is a 1984 film with Mel Gibson and Anthony Hopkins. So that's a great cast right there. And there, I'll kind of scroll through they got new like interviews and new features and all kinds of stuff with these releases. New 90-minute feature with the cast and crew. Like they kill it with these releases over there for sure. They got Leap as well, which I'm not too familiar with this title. They also have Malina, which, there's a little side boob action going on right there for you guys, which is a film from 2000. Haven't heard of that one, but it's got, looks like it's got some cool special features as well. They also got Not One Less coming out, and these are all numbered. Like this line is numbered. I'm pretty sure they started this like, I don't know, like 3 or 4 years ago. They're already up to like number 228. So they're just killing it over there. 1999 movie. And then they got this movie from 2004, My Summer of Love. So I haven't heard of this movie. This came out the year I graduated. Haven't really heard of this one. But it looks pretty cool. And you got starring Natalie Press, Emily Blunt's in this movie. Okay. That's a good cast. Doesn't look like it has a lot of special features. And then you also have Damage as well. So really cool stuff. You got Jeremy Irons in this movie. Let's see. Trying to see if they got any any news features, but I mean, they all come with a bunch of new features. But like that first one, The Bounty with Mel Gibson and Anthony Hopkins had like a ton of new special features in it. So that's like a big hard box release, and they really went all out with that release of The Bounty. But all right, guys, look, that does it. Let me make myself a little bit bigger for I close this out. That does it, guys. Look, I know this was sloppy and it wasn't very well put together, but I wanted to go over these overseas foreign releases with you guys. I don't get an opportunity to talk about them enough, and I think that going forward, as we go into July and August, I'm going to start paying more attention to the overseas stuff, and I'll put together a more well edited video next time and going forward. So hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit that like button. Comment down below of all these. What are you looking forward to? What are you looking to purchase? I'll link all those websites down below: the Orbits, the Diabolics, the Grindhouse. Those are your go-to places if you live in the States. Now, if you live in these countries, your go-to places are probably the websites themselves. But I appreciate you guys watching, and I will see y'all later.